Mary Sean with you here on BBC Radio Wales. Now then, my very special guest today is a singer, an actress and a Dancing on Ice finalist who first hit our screens when she brought the magic of Lapland to the X Factor. But now finished singer-songwriter Saara Aalto, her skates have finally come off. She's heading out on tour at the end of May and she's releasing a brand new single. It's called Dance Like Nobody's Watching, and she joins us now. Lovely to have you on the show. How are you?
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. Now then, Saara Aalto, you say in Finnish, is it? It's Saara Aalto.
In Finnish, we would say Saara Aalto.
Saara Aalto.
Long A.
It's the long A, not the long O. Saara Aalto.
Oh, that was really good.
That's it. You're going to be Saara Aalto for the rest of this chat. Okay. Lovely to have you back in Wales as well, because the last time we saw you here, you were performing at the Pride Cymru's big weekend in the monsoon last August, but you missed the rain, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I was really lucky. I performed on Saturday and then on Sunday. It was awful, and I was supposed to stay in Cardiff and enjoy the beautiful city, and I was like, no, I have to go back to London. I can't go anywhere. It was raining. It was bad.
Awful. Yes, it was, because Gabrielle pulled out of that Sunday gig as well. But you were there on the Saturday in full glory, as you always are. And great to have a new single from you, finally, because Dance Like Nobody's Watching is from your album, which was released back in April last year.
Yeah,
so why have you kept us waiting?
Because last year when I released my album, I did Eurovision, and my Eurovision song was Monsters, and that was like the first single from the album. And then, Dancing on Ice happened and everything, and I was like, oh, Dance Like Nobody's Watching is a perfect song to release during Dancing on Ice. And I just waited for the right timing, and now this is the time.
This is your time.
Yeah.
And talking of Dancing Like Nobody's Watching, was that your motto for Dancing on Ice then? Was it? What was the whole experience like?
Well, we were called Team No Fear because I have a song called No Fear, and that has been my attitude since 2015 when I wrote the song. And because of No Fear, I came to X Factor. I was like, no fear, Saara, just go there and try what could happen. And we were Team No Fear because honestly, skating is so difficult, but we also have to do all those lifts and tricks and like headbanger, like awful. So yeah, it was really like a no fear test for me, but yeah.
But millions were watching.
I know.
Dance Like Nobody's watching, but millions were watching.
They were watching,
and you did so well as well, reaching the final. And you lost out to a professional dancer, James Jordan, of course. But, I thought coming from Finland, you may have been, already an accomplished skater.
Well, I mean, we do skate in Finland. Like at school, we have to bring skates to school and we skate in sport lessons. But it's so different. You can't really compare. Like we go forwards and backwards. But then on the show, you have to do everything. You have to learn the real technique of figure skating and also do lifts and tricks that are actually super dangerous. So, of course, I've never done anything like that in Finland,
So, is skating your new hobby?
I hope it's going to stay because I love it. Skating, skating is so much fun. And of course, combined with music, it's like dancing, and I love dancing. So, and I really love the feeling of gliding on the ice. Yeah. It feels like I'm free. It's really nice. And we do have some skating gigs booked with my partner Hamish. So so we're going to keep on skating. I have feeling about it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Can I ask you then, did the feud between Jason Gardner and Gemma Collins sort of spill onto the ice and affect the others, the rest of you in the competition?
No. I felt like everybody had their own journey in the competition, and we didn't really have time to focus on others, to be honest. We were so concentrated on our own skating. Everybody was so stressed and nervous and so I don't really we didn't really see what happened to each other, to be honest.
But it did add to the drama, didn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, something happened, but we were all fine, and I love Gemma. We got along very well.
Yeah, well, she is a character. That's why we love seeing her on screen, of course. But the skates have come off, but you are heading out on tour.
Yes.
Because you're going to be all over the place from May and popping into Cardiff's Glee Club on the 27th of May. And now then, this tour, or your evening, is called An Evening with Saara Aalto. So what exactly is an evening with Saara Aalto like?
Well, this tour is all about connecting with people, and because sometimes, pop artists, they can be a bit distant if they're on stage, far away. And I didn't want that. I wanted to have this very intimate feeling where people are close to me and we can talk a lot, because I love talking, and my fans, they love to hear my stories. So it's like me talking to them, they can talk to me, they can ask me questions, and then I'm singing my own songs and some musical hits, some songs that I did on X Factor, and also some songs that I did on Dancing on Ice, So it's like this combination of good music and communicating and laughing together, having fun. Imagine Lady Gaga with her piano / Liza Minnelli, something like that.
More cabaret?
Maybe.
Without the cabaret songs, yes?
Yeah, kind of. So it's glamorous and flamboyant, but it's fun, and it's like real. It feels real. I want it to feel real, Yeah.
So where does the flamboyancy come then?
That's a good. I've been thinking about that, because in Finland nobody understood me. They were like, "What is that, Saara? Well, why do you want to be flamboyant?" Because Finnish people are not flamboyant. They're really quite dark and quite like reserved. And I'm very bubbly and outgoing and colorful, and I just don't know. That's my nature. I've just always been like that. Yeah. I'm just very happy.
Well, it's very catching.
Good.
Because when I used to watch X Factor, you were like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, that's
coming
nice
on, because you probably were so nervous performing.
Yeah.
But then, you mentioned this is your time. That was your time as well, when we were all introduced to the great Saara Aalto. And we'll talk more about the X Factor and everything else in a few minutes' time. But I think it's time for us to hear your new track.
Oh, that's nice.
And we'll listen to Saara Aalto's brand new single, Dance Like Nobody's Watching, after we have a travel update. Larry Shonedy here on BBC Radio Wales, and my very special guest today is singer-songwriter Saara Aalto, and that was her brand new single, Dance Like Nobody's Watching. It's so beautiful, Saara.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous. And does it mean, just be yourself?
Yeah,
and,
that's the message.
As if, and don't allow others to, I don't know, pigeonhole you?
Yeah, and like dance with your own style. And dancing can mean whatever it means to you, like live with your own style.
Yeah.
Like make decisions from your heart, be yourself. And if you haven't seen the music video...
I have.
You have?
Oh my God, it's so moving.
Yeah, and it's like also part of the story. Like,
well, we'll explain, because there's a little boy in there, isn't he? And he's not allowed to be himself.
Yeah, well, basically, it's a story of a transgender woman. So this woman, she is a child in the beginning and wants to be a ballerina. And her father doesn't accept her, and then in the end of the video we see her as herself, as a woman, as a ballerina, and we actually had a real transgender ballerina in the video, and it was her first time dancing after her transformation.
Oh my gosh!
So she was crying in the video, like in the set, like, oh, this is my first time really dancing professionally after my transformation, and it was really like emotional for all of us.
Oh, you've got to see it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And if we go back to Monsters as well, that you performed at the Eurovision. Again, another song about empowerment and getting rid of the negativity in one's life.
Yeah.
So, do you write from your own experiences?
Absolutely.
All right. So have you experienced a lot of negativity over the years?
Yes, a lot. And
in what way?
Well, that's actually why I came to X Factor in the first place, because I felt like in Finland people didn't really get my style, and I wasn't able to express myself as I wanted. And I always felt like an outsider, and people were saying like, oh, what do you think you're doing? Who do you think you are? What is that? And I got that negative like comments and feedback from people, and I was like, oh, this is not, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then I went to X Factor UK, and everybody in the show, like of the production, everybody and the judges and the British audience, everybody was like, oh, we love you, Saara, as you are. And I was crying backstage because of that acceptance that I got. I was like, finally, I am myself, and people are embracing it and they are loving it. And I had never felt that before in my life. And I just felt like I had come home, like it was my home. And I'm so grateful for that experience. And then I wrote Monsters basically about that. I was still having all those negative comments in my head. And I was like, it's time to get rid of them. I'm here now and people love me as I am. There's no need to have them anymore, all those monsters in my head. And that's why I wrote the song.
So do you think that X Factor changed your life?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, can I ask you, because coming into the X Factor, you had Disney in your back pocket because you are the voice of Princess Anna in Frozen in Finnish, in the Finnish version.
Yeah, and being a real Disney princess has been my dream always. And then when they asked me to give my voice to Princess Anna, I was like, yes, finally.
What about the sequel? Because there is a sequel. Have you been approached already?
Well, I assume I'm doing it, but I haven't done it yet. But it's great. I get to see the movie before everybody else.
Well, exactly that. And you've got a huge passion for languages as well, because you've actually recorded Let It Go, which is what in Finnish? Let it go.
We say taakse jää.
Taakse jää.
Yeah, okay, like leave it behind.
Okay, right. So you've actually recorded that Let It Go track in a number of languages.
15.
15?
Yeah. It's on YouTube, yeah.
I know, I've seen it. I lost count. But then, your Eurovision song, Monsters, you actually sang in 34 languages.
Yeah.
And you've also released an album in Mandarin.
That's right. How do you know all of this?
I've done some research on you.
Yeah, really good.
So, can you speak any other language fluently, or is it learning, the lines in order to perform?
So, I've always loved languages, and I've been singing in different languages since I was 10. So, I like to imitate languages.
Okay.
I can't really speak. Well, I've studied, obviously, English, Swedish, French, Japanese, and Chinese. And those are like languages that I can manage with. But then all these others, I just imitate. But because I love all these different ways of pronouncing words, so I can hear all the little tiny differences, so I can imitate quite well.
Can you do Welsh?
Teach me something.
Right, let it go. Right, let it go. Gade vind.
Gade vind.
Oh, you're a natural. You're a natural. Gade vind. Let it go. Gade vind.
Oh.
And what's the music scene like in Finland then?
Well, the problem is that you kind of have to sing in Finnish, and that was also my problem previously, because I wanted to sing in English because I wanted to be international, and all the labels, they were like, Saara, you have to sing in Finnish because if you sing in English, you will be compared to international singers and you can never be as good as them. And they told me that when I was a young girl, like 20, and I was like, but I want to be compared to international singers because I know I can be as good.
Yes.
But that was the attitude, and that is what they told me. And I was like, no, I'm not going to think like that.
So now, how do Finland feel as a nation that you are the most famous international singer to come from Finland?
That is true, that when I did X Factor, Finnish people, they had to change their opinion. They were like, oh, well, Simon Cowell likes Saara, so we have to like Saara as well. So I showed them that you can actually do it. Even though you are from Finland, you don't have to think that you cannot do something. Finnish people are very humble, and they always think, no, I can't do this. I can't do. I'm like, of course you can. Of course, just go and do it. So I was able to show them that it's possible, and I'm really happy that all the Finnish children were watching the X Factor UK, and they were like, oh, there is a Finnish girl there and she can do it.
Well, Nicole Scherzinger said that you made her want to clap her, how should we say it, bum. And that's high praise, isn't it, from the twerker?
Yes.
Listen, it's been lovely meeting you. Thank you so much for coming in to see us. And of course, you're going to be back in Wales at Cardiff's Glee Club on the 27th of May.
I can't wait.
Just a little point.
Yes.
We've got a wonderful brand new ice rink.
Do you?
Literally round the corner in Cardiff Bay.
Okay, I have to go there.
You have to bring your skates, Saara.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. Have a wonderful tour. And as I said, she's going to be with us back in Wales at the Glee Club in Cardiff on May the 27th.